What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome back to another comic book video. Alright guys, so it's time for us to jump back into more Ultimate Marvel. And today guys, we're going to pick up with Ultimate 6. Now guys, we did take a small break between Ultimate Spider-Man number 46 and this storyline right here. And the reason why is because I kind of got tired covering Ultimate Marvel, and so I wanted to take a small break in the middle of Ultimate Marvel reading order. Now I might do this again down the road, but guys, don't worry, we are going to finish the whole Ultimate Marvel run. And so guys, let's go ahead and jump back into more Ultimate Marvel with Ultimate 6. Now, guys, this is the storyline where we basically have Spider-Man teaming up with the Ultimates. And it's kind of like Ultimate War, when the X-Men basically fought against Ultimates, except this time it's Spider-Man teaming up with the Ultimates. Now guys, remember, in this universe right here, the Ultimates are the Avengers in the Ultimate Marvel universe. But anyways guys, let's go ahead and dive into Ultimate 6, this crazy storyline. Now guys, when it comes to Ultimate 6 number 1, with this book right here, this is the book where Brian Michael Bendis kind of gives us some updated information on some of the characters we have not seen in a long time. Now guys, remember, when it came to Ultimate Spider-Man, when a bad guy first appeared, they first appeared and that'll be it. They'll appear in one storyline and we never saw them again, except the Green Goblin, because he appeared in Volume 1 and Volume 4. But like Doc Ock, Volume 3, never saw him again. Electro, Volume 2, we never saw him again. Kraven, Volume 3, we never saw him again. And so you have Brian Michael Bendis saying it's time for me to give you guys some updated information on some characters you have not seen in a long time. And the first person is Electro, because we have not seen him since Volume 2. And the thing is though guys, he was working for the Kingpin. Now the thing is though, in Volume 2, he got knocked out. And so what Brian Michael Bendis did was, he said in this first book that Electro, when he got knocked out, he stayed knocked out until this storyline right here. He's been out cold since Volume 2. He's been in a coma. And the thing is though, when he wakes up, he's in a hospital, handcuffed to a bed. And he looks around and he sees all these different SHIELD agents. They're all kind of like, hey man, listen, you've been asleep for a long time, but now you're awake. Listen, we have some questions for you, because we know that you were working for the Kingpin. Now, Electro has no idea that Kingpin is the most wanted man right now in America. That Kingpin's right now out of the country. He's trying to hide from SHIELD. And the thing is though, Electro is kind of like, listen, you guys are just basic SHIELD agents. And if you think that you're able to stop me, you're wrong. And so Electro uses his powers to escape the SHIELD agents in the hospital. The thing is though, as soon as he gets down the street, he gets attacked by the Ultimates. Because guys, there's now a new law in the Ultimate Universe. If you are somebody with their genes being mutated and you get powers and you use your powers for evil, well hey, you're under arrest. And you're under arrest by SHIELD. And you get locked up in the Triskelion prison. And the thing is though guys, we do jump over to the Triskelion. Now guys, remember, the Triskelion is the base of the Ultimates in the Ultimate Universe. The thing is though, underneath the Triskelion is a prison that Nick Fury and SHIELD made for anybody, again, whose genes are mutated and they use their newfound powers for evil. Well, you get locked up in here. And so of course, Spider-Man's bad guys are all locked up in here. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro, and Sandman. They're all locked up in here. And the thing is though, guys, with us going to the Triskelion now in the storyline, we pick up with Hank Pym. Now, Hank Pym is of course part of the Ultimates team. The thing is though, Hank Pym right now, he's being a therapist for these 4 characters. He's trying to make them better people. He's kind of like, listen, you guys can turn your life around and do better things, but it all starts right here and right now. Now, of course, Norman Osborn, Electro, and Sandman, they're kind of like, dude, listen, no. We are who we are. We are killers, and we're going to stay killers, and we are not going to change our ways. Now, Doc Ock is kind of like, listen, I have changed my ways. I am a better person. I am trying to tell you guys that all I want to do is to be a man of science. All I want is a laboratory. I am tired of being locked up in this prison. It's Doc Ock saying, I am a good person now. I'm no longer that evil Dr. Octopus anymore. Now, the thing is though, guys, you're probably wondering, we only have 4 characters here, right? The storyline is called Ultimate 6. And we see Green Goblin, we see Doc Ock, we see Sandman, and we also see Electro. The thing is though, guys, we do jump over to Kraven. Now guys, remember, like I said, when it came to Ultimate 6 #1, Brian Michael Bendis is giving us updated information on characters. We now know Green Goblin, Sandman, Electro, and Doc Ock, they're locked up in the prison underneath the Triskelion. Kraven was the only person who did not get locked up. Now guys, remember, we haven't seen Kraven ever since the ending of Volume 3. The thing is though, guys, Kraven had a TV show, and his show started to suck. And so the way to save his show was to kill Spider-Man. The thing is though, guys, Kraven failed at killing Spider-Man. But the thing is though, guys, Kraven altered his genes to give him some kind of enhanced strength to fight against Spider-Man. And that is breaking the law. You basically changing your own genes to fight against a hero is against the law. And so of course, when Kraven is right now finishing up his interview, when he walks outside, you have the Ultimates right there. They're kind of like, hey man, listen, a few months ago, you tried to fight Spider-Man and you altered your genes. They mutated, and that is against the law. So hey buddy, you're under arrest. And that gives us 5 out of 6 characters for the Ultimate 6. Kraven, Doc Ock, Sandman, Electro, and the Green Goblin. We have 5 out of 6. And the thing is though, as we jump back to the Triskelion and you have some SHIELD agents locking up Kraven, you kind of have Electro talking to Green Goblin. And you have Green Goblin saying, my plan is coming together. Soon all 6 of us will be here, and the 6th person will be here soon. And that wraps up Ultimate 6 #1, with us wondering who is the 6th member of the Ultimate 6. Now guys, when it comes to Ultimate 6 #2, with this book right here, guys, I have to say, in the opening pages, it does seem like Brian Michael Bendis is going to do the same thing he did in Ultimate 6 #1. And what I mean is that in the last book, we saw the 5 members of the Ultimate 6 having a therapy session. But in this book right here, it does not go like that. Instead, you have them having a therapy session once again, but you have Hank Pym showing Norman Osborn footage of him being the Green Goblin fighting against Spider-Man. And the thing is though, you have Hank Pym ask Norman Osborn, how does it feel to watch a video of you being some kind of monster attacking a poor child, a poor kid? And the thing is though, you have Norman Osborn say, listen, let's get real quick. You're not here to ask me how I feel or try to make me a better person. You're here because you want the Oz formula. you want the Oz formula from me because you want to recreate the Oz formula. Now, you have Hank Pym tell Norman Osborn, listen, man, we don't want the Oz formula because we already have it. When you were arrested, Nick Fury took every single thing you own, including the Oz formula. So the formula that you think that you made because it made you, Doc Ock, and Spider-Man that cannot be recreated once again, we already did that. We have the Oz formula. The reason why you're still here is because you are a menace to the city. You turn yourself into some kind of monster. A monster that we cannot have out there in New York. That's why you're here right now. Now, as soon as Hank Pym said that to Norman Osborn tries to turn into the Green Goblin, and he tries to attack Hank Pym. The thing is though, before Norman Osborn is able to go full on Goblin, you have Hank Pym turn into Giant Man, and he shuts down Norman Osborn. He just says, no, you are not going to be the Green Goblin today. Now, we do jump over to the cells of the Sinister Five right now because there's only 5 members. Now, as you have each member in their own cell, you do have Doc Ock say, listen, I am ready to talk to Hank Pym. I am ready to basically turn myself into a good person. Now, we do jump over to Nick Fury in the Ultimates. Now, guys, this part of the book right here, this is just Nick Fury kind of telling the Ultimates who are the Ultimate 5 right now. Like, he's basically breaking down footage of each and every single character. Norman Osborn, Doc Ock, Electro, Kraven. He's kind of like, listen, guys, even though these guys may seem like they're C-list, villains, these guys are possible huge threats to attack us down the road. And so I want you guys to know information about these different characters. Now, while Nick Fury is talking to the Ultimates, down below, Hank Pym is letting Doc Ock have his own laboratory because Doc Ock is telling Hank Pym everything he wants to hear. That Hank Pym therapy sessions have been working. That he is ready to be a good citizen. He's a good man now. All he wants to do now is just make different science experiments work. That's all he wants to do. And so Hank Pym gave Dr. Octopus his own laboratory and his own staff. And the thing is though, when they walk into the room, they see Dr. Octopus' arms on the table. They're kind of like, listen, we all know that you can control your arms while you're, apart from them. The thing is though, Doc Ock can still control his arms even though they're not a part of his body right now. And so while we're looking at Doc Ock talking about his arms, he's killing every single scientist in that room. He killed every single scientist. And to wrap up issue number 2 of Ultimate 6, Doc Ock was able to turn off the power to each and every single cell that was holding a different Spider-Man villain. Electro, Kraven, Doc Ock, not Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Sandman. He was able to turn every single one of them off. And you have Norman Osborn say, it's time for me to attack. And blows up part of the prison, which is right now underneath the Triskelion. Now guys, when it comes to Ultimate 6 number 3, with this book right here guys, this is the book where Brian Michael Bendis doesn't do a lot in this book, but it's still a good build up for what to come down the road. Now, we do pick up with Iron Man and Wasp arriving at the prison that they were holding Spider-Man bad guys at. The thing is though, when Iron Man goes in first and he's walking through the prison, all he sees is the prison being completely wrecked. But the thing is though, that also means Norman Osborn, Sandman, Electro, Kraven, and Doc Ock, they're all gone. They are not there in the prison at all. They have left the prison hours ago. You know, it's kind of like, where in the world are the bad guys at? Now the thing is though, Tony Stark finds 3 people alive. And so when he finds these 3 people alive, he's kind of like, Nick, how many people did you have here to guard these crazy men? And you have Nick Fury say, I had 38 SHIELD agents there to guard that prison. And now you're telling me only 3 survived. And you have Tony Stark say, yes, only 3 is alive. Now, we do jump over to Nick Fury. And the thing is though, guys, Nick Fury's all like, okay, listen, we have to find them now. We have to find them because we have 5 high-level threats right now in New York. And these high-level threats, they can make me lose my job, but also they can kill hundreds of people. We have to find them now. Now the thing is though, you have the Ultimates asking Nick Fury, where are they going? Do you know their game plan? What are they going to do? And you have Nick Fury say, they are gonna go after the boy, Peter Parker. Now guys, this is our first appearance of Peter Parker in this storyline. He wasn't in part 1 and part 2. So his first appearance is in this book right here. And the thing is though, Peter Parker is at Midtown High. He's in class right now with his girlfriend Mary Jane. But out of nowhere, you have some kind of, principal call Peter Parker out in the hallway and tell Peter Parker, listen, I am not your, assistant principal or whatever. I'm actually working for SHIELD and I'm here to get you out of here. We gotta go because Norman Osborn is out. Norman Osborn is out. We gotta go. And so you got Peter Parker basically right now in SHIELD protection at the Triskelion. Now, when Peter gets there, he asks Nick Fury all the questions like, are you sure that Norman Osborn is out? Are you sure Doc Ock is out? Electro, Sandman, Kraven? And you have Nick Fury say, yes, they are all out. All of them are out there right now. And you have Peter kind of like, do you know they are? No. You have Peter ask, please tell me you have your best men right now guarding Aunt May, guarding Mary Jane, guarding Gwen Stacy. You better tell me you're your best agents out there. You have Nick Fury say, I do. But Peter's all like, you lying to me right now because all your best men are right here. Cap, Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Wasp, your ultimates are right here. I want your ultimates guarding my family, and I'll go after Nick. I'll go after Norman Osborn. And you have Nick say, no, you are going to stay here. You are going to stay here and wait until we are able to capture Norman Osborn. Now, to wrap up number 3, we do go over to the White House. And the thing is though, we get introduced to a character named Mr. Stone. And the thing is though, Mr. Stone gets a phone call from Norman Osborn. And the thing is though, guys, we don't know what Norman Osborn told Mr. Stone. But the thing is though, as soon as the phone calls ends, Mr. Stone walks into the Oval Office and he say, Mr. President, we have a problem with Nick Fury. Now guys, when it comes to Ultimate 6 number 4, we do backtrack just a couple hours before the ending of Ultimate 6 number 3. And what I mean is that, guys, we do pick up with the bad guys, the Ultimate 5, right now hanging out at one of the Kingpin's old mansions. Now guys, remember, the Kingpin is no longer in America right now because the Kingpin is the most wanted man in America. And so you have the Ultimate 5 using the old base of the Kingpin for right now, just temporarily, so they can plan their next move. Now, the thing is though, you have Doc Ock say, listen, Norman, you have to make your phone call now. Make your phone call now so we can move on. with our plans. And so guys, we jump back to the present day. That phone call that Doc Ock was talking about is the same phone call we saw Norman Osborn make at the end of Ultimate 6 number 3. And so now we pick up with Nick Fury talking to the president. And the thing is though, you have the president say, listen, Mr. Stone, my chief of staff got a phone call from Norman Osborn. And now I come to find out that Norman Osborn is basically asking for a lot of different things. Because right now he's telling me that you stole his company, you kidnapped his son, and you locked him away in some kind of prison. I'm hearing all these different things from Norman Osborn, somebody who is well known in this world as one of the best scientists in this country. And now he called my chief of staff and he told me all those things. Nick, listen to me. I have been very relaxed with you. I have been very lenient with you, letting you do whatever you need to protect our country. But the thing is though, it seems like even though you break almost every single dang rule, somehow, when you think you're okay, it comes back to bite us in the butt. And so here we are now with Norman Osborn basically demanding me to arrest you, give back his company, give back his son, and all the money you took from him. Now, you have Nick Fury say, listen, I am going to handle this. I am going to find Norman and lock him away. You do not have to worry at all. I am going to basically get Norman back in jail. Now, we do jump back over to the Ultimate 5. And the thing is though, you have the Ultimate 5 come together and talk to one another. And you have Norman Osborn say, listen, you guys have two options now. You can, one, go out there by yourselves and try to live a normal life. But the thing is though, remember, Nick Fury and his Ultimates, they will always be hunting you down. But if you work with me, we'll be able to get rid of Nick Fury, get rid of S.H.I.E.L.D., and get our old lives back. But you have to work with me. And you have every single Ultimate 5 member, Doc Ock, Sandman, Kraven, Electro, they all agree with Norman Osborn saying, yes, we will work with you. Now, the thing is though, you have Norman Osborn tell Kraven, listen, I kind of told S.H.I.E.L.D. that we are going to use your old production center, Kraven. And so with Nick Fury hearing those words from Norman Osborn, he goes back to the old production station of Kraven, where his show was basically being run at and everything. And when they get there, when S.H.I.E.L.D. gets there, the Ultimate 5 are not there. The bad guys are not there. It was a way to distract Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. just temporarily for Doc Ock to basically finish what he's trying to finish. And so we do jump back over to the Triskelion, and we come to find out what Doc Ock was planning. Doc Ock was waiting for the right time to hack into the Triskelion base to shut down all their security systems so Electro, Sandman, and Norman Osborn are able to break through the Triskelion to get inside, to get the one person they want to get, who was just picked up in the last issue for protection. Norman Osborn's sixth member, the person he wants so bad, is Peter Parker Spider-Man. And you, Doc Ock, bringing all the shields down at the Triskelion and keeping the Ultimates at bay. Green Goblin was able to grab Peter Parker. Now guys, when it comes to Ultimate 6 number 5, we do pick up with Black Widow right now, where two S.H.I.E.L.D. agents going to pick up Aunt May. And the reason why is because Nick Fury is scared right now. Nick Fury is scared because Doc Ock hacked into the Triskelion. Norman Osborn, Electro, and Sandman were able to break into the Triskelion to kidnap Peter Parker. And so you have Nick Fury say, I have no choice. We have to get every single person that is close to Peter Parker. Aunt May, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, so on and so on. We have to get everybody he is close to back here in our protection, because Norman Osborn is a crazy man. Now, we do jump over to Peter Parker, who's right now being held hostage by the Ultimate Five. Norman Osborn, Doc Ock, Electro, Kraven, Sandman. They're holding him hostage. And the thing is, though, you have Norman Osborn kind of talk to Peter like Peter Parker is his son. He's kind of like, listen, Peter, you're my pride and joy. You are the best thing to ever happen to me. Thanks to you, I can do whatever I want. And the thing is, my son, you are going to help me to bring down Nick Fury, S.H.I.E.L.D., and the White House. You are going to help me out. Now for Peter's kind of like, dude, yes, your spider bit me, but I don't belong to you. You don't own me. Okay, yes, I got bit by your spider. Yes, it gave me powers, but that does not mean that you owe me. And so you have Peter kind of like break out of his restraints and he say, listen, I'm leaving. If you try to stop me, I am going to beat every single one of you guys up. The thing is, though, Norman Osborn, he tells Peter, listen, you can try to run, you can try to leave, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you do leave, I am going to kill your aunt, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, and so on and so on. I will kill every single person close to you. Do you understand that today you are going to work for me and help me bring down Nick Fury? And Peter has no choice to say yes, because he's afraid that Norman Osborn will kill the people he is actually close to. Now, we do jump over to Captain America and Nick Fury. And the thing is, though, guys, you have Captain America kind of talk to Nick. And he say, listen, Nick, I've been back for like a year or two now. And I realized something. That every problem the Ultimates have to take care of is because of you. It's all your fault. Because you tried so hard to recreate the super soldier serum to get another Captain America. Look around you. This is all your fault. And this right here is another example. I mean, the first example was the Hulk, because you hired Bruce Banner to find a way to recreate the super soldier serum. And guys, we saw that in the Ultimates Volume 1. And so you have Steve Rogers say, listen, man, this is your fault again, because you also hired Norman Osborn to recreate basically the super soldier serum. But the thing is, though, he made the Oz formula. All this is your fault because you hired Bruce Banner, you hired Norman Osborn. What other ideas you have out there that's going to bite us in the butt? And so while Nick Fury and Steve Rogers are arguing with one another, we do jump over to the White House. And the thing is, though, at the White House, you do have the chief of staff get a phone call from somebody. And that phone call is Norman Osborn. Now, guys, Norman Osborn is once again asking the president to say, listen, I need you to go ahead and give me what I want. My company, my son, my life back. I want Nick Fury arrested. Give me every single thing I want back. And the thing is, though, you have the chief of staff tell Norman Osborn, maybe it's better if we have a sit down and talk to each other face to face. And as soon as he says that, Norman Osborn and the Ultimate Five just attack the White House. He attacks the White House and kills every single S.H.I.E.L.D. agent there. And basically, Norman Osborn has Spider-Man right there next to him. And this is Norman Osborn saying, we are the Ultimate Six. Me, Doc Ock, Sandman, Electro, Kraven, and Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. We are the Ultimate Six, and we are here to bring down the White House. Now guys, when it comes to Ultimate Six, number 6, with this book right here guys, not a lot of things happen in this book, and what I mean is that you do have the Ultimates arrive, and they're kind of like, listen, even though you killed every single SHIELD agent we had here guarding the White House, you are not going to get to the president. So right now, you are trespassing. And so you kind of have the Ultimates fighting against the Ultimate Six. Now, Peter Parker is not really fighting. He's kind of like just there. Because again, Norman Osborn told Peter if he tries to betray him, if he tries to defeat him, and he tries to do anything to get Norman Osborn back into jail, well, Norman Osborn will kill Peter Parker, will kill Aunt May, will kill Mary Jane, will kill Gwen Stacy. And so right now you have Peter just watching the Ultimates fight against the Ultimate Six. It's going back and forth, back and forth. But the thing is though, the Ultimates are winning. The Ultimates are taking down each member of the Ultimate Five piece by piece. They're taking each one down piece by piece. Kraven gone, Doc Ock gone, Sandman gone. They're taking them down piece by piece. The thing is though, when it comes down to Norman Osborn and Captain America, and they're fighting one another, and they're saying some very insulting things to one another, you do have Nick Fury use his last plan to finally bring down Norman Osborn. And the last plan that Nick Fury has to bring down Norman Osborn is to bring out Harry Osborn, the son of Norman Osborn, and say, Father, what are you doing? And instantly it stops Norman Osborn in his tracks, and he looks back at his son, Harry Osborn. Now guys, when it comes to Ultimate Six number 7, with this book right here, it basically gets wrapped up very easily. And what I mean is that you do have Brian Michael Bendis play with the idea of Harry Osborn talking to his father, hoping that his father will calm down and stop going on a rampage and trying to kill every single person there and just turn back into a human being. The thing is though, Harry Osborn's plan is working. He is turning into a regular person. The thing is though, Iron Man sees this as a opportunity to knock out Norman Osborn. And so you have Iron Man just take one clear shot right when Norman Osborn is turning back into his human form. The thing is though, it doesn't knock out Norman at all. Instead, it just makes Norman Osborn even angrier, and he tries to kill every single person there except Spider-Man and his son Harry. Now, of course, you do have the Ultimates able to knock out Norman Osborn, which does turn him back into his regular human form. Now, you do have Ultimates, move in, and they get all the bodies out of the way, get all the bad guys locked up again and everything. But before we jump over to Peter Parker and Aunt May talking, you do have Peter Parker try to talk to his best friend, Harry Osborn. The thing is though, Harry Osborn is mad at every single person there. Peter Parker, Nick Fury, SHIELD, the Ultimates, so on and so on. If you were there and you were involved for his father turning into the Green Goblin, he believes that you guys are the bad guys, not his father. And so he tells Peter, I am going to kill all of you one day. And you have Nick Fury just take Harry Osborn away from Peter Parker. Now, of course, you do have Nick Fury getting Peter Parker and Aunt May back together again. They're all kind of like, oh my God, I miss you. I can't believe we both got picked up by S.H.I.E.L.D. What is going on? You know, at this point in Ultimate Spider-Man, she has no clue that he is Spider-Man. And so, you know, you have Peter kind of like, I don't know, Norman Osborn broke out. He's trying to kill us probably. Let's just go home, because S.H.I.E.L.D. was able to capture him and put him back away again. And so that kind of wraps up Ultimate 6, the storyline. Now, we do jump back over to the main Ultimate Spider-Man storyline. Only problem is, though, I'm pretty sure that there's not a story after this in the Ultimate Spider-Man run that really referenced this moment at all. So it's kind of weird, because this storyline is a cool storyline to me. It's a little good crossover, but honestly, I don't see other stories after this reference this moment at all. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. Please hit that like and subscribe down below for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, if you have any ideas or storylines you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.